Hi! Hello there. Welcome to the 51st episode of whatever this thing is. Oh, the name has not been updated. I will do that. No, you will.
Right now?
Pop it up so I can change the name. Thank you very much.
What do you want it to
First, let's call it episode 51.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's out. And we have a special guest star today. I'll just scoot a little bit here.
Yeah, sorry. I'm kind of busy changing the
That's
title.
fine. Can you sort of
jump?
There we go.
Right.
Got it.
All right. Hey, your name popped up.
Crackle,
Well done,
crackle.
you.
We know it's gonna be good. Hey.
Okay. No, it's fine. It's good. We'll talk about this afterwards, Bjorn.
It's empty. I brought a cup, it's empty.
Mine is. Is your name on it?
No.
It says David. Oh, it's no. Okay, no.
It's a shot.
Why?
All right, so
David? Yeah, that's
maybe
not their name.
say hi to everyone.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Hello, Bjorn, nonetheless. And hello to all of our mods out there. We have here. Can you read?
The mods.
I can't.
Okay,
Yes,
so
I
Aziu, Bucket, Clyde, we have Murph, we have Sassy, Suggestive, and Faded.
Yay!
Hello, everyone.
Welcome. Thank you.
And we
very
have
good.
Bjorn.
And Sassy is happy to see you.
Oh, that's nice.
So we got Dave here to talk a little bit about the big news of the day. You might not have noticed, but there's a DLC out. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so let's talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
What's in there?
As always, there is a killer, a survivor, and a new map. Of course, everybody gets the new map. Right?
So the reason why there's nobody watching right now is because everybody's
Everybody's
playing.
playing.
But still, let's talk about it.
We're still here.
So what's new about the killer?
Well, he is quite different. Like all killers that we make, usually we try to move things around. So the doctor, that's his name, brings new power. Obviously, yeah. You're happy?
Yeah.
Okay. So quite a complex one actually.
Yeah.
So every survivor and killer will have to get used to this new power. The way I like to talk about him is like he's like a radar.
All right.
That's how I like to picture him.
Like a submarine ping sort of thing?
So, sort of. You have a ping, you have a radar. So basically the doctor has two modes. So he can be into a treatment mode and a punishment mode.
Mm-hmm.
Punishment mode is straight up, you have the stick and you hit them on the head. And treatment mode is you trade your normal attack for a zone electroshock attack.
By default, a cone.
Yeah, a cone. By default, a cone. And you have also a AOE effect. So around you, you have an electroshock zone that's quite large. And when survivors are in that zone, or when you shock them with the cone, they get madness points. So you as a survivor, what you'll see is you'll see little shocks, there's little sparkles.
Yeah? Sparks.
Sparks. Yeah, sparkles. I like sparkles. Sparks at your feet, which is going to show you that you're currently getting madness point. And you'll also see one of the status icon, the little brain on the right side of the screen, that says that you're getting mad. Madness is in 3 tiers. Of course, it's getting increasingly bad. And I just saw myself doing this. It was fun. This will cause different effects. So the basic effects that the madness will create is that when you get to a tier, you'll scream. The survivor screams in madness, and this will reveal your position to the killer. So the killer will see a ping, will see exactly where you are, and can try to chase you. When you are in tier 2 and 3, you also get fake hallucination of the doctor that can appear.
A real hallucination.
A real hallucination. So you can see a fake doctor that appears, and the doctor sees these fake doctor as outlines. So this is also used to track survivors around. Last but not least, when you're in tier 3 madness, you will scream regularly, showing your position, and any action will be prevented. So you won't be able to repair, to heal, to
whatever.
Everything, all of these actions are traded by the action snap out of it, which is the only way you can get out of madness.
So people are reporting a bug that you're getting madness when you're injured. It's not a bug.
You're supposed to go mad even when you're injured.
If the doctor
Yes.
is hitting you with shock therapy, you're getting
You're getting mad
you're
no
getting
matter what.
madness.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Now, the other very, very interesting bit with the doctor is that he has add-ons like anyone else, but the add-ons allow the doctor to have different effects that comes out of madness, and they're all very, very interesting and can really hinder the survivor playstyle and make them do mistake. One famous one that we've seen the stream yesterday is the skill check. That instead of that appearing in the middle of the screen, will appear somewhere else, and then you have to react fast. So that's it.
It's quite a lot of fun. Fun. You want to talk about her?
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like her. Yeah.
The one thing for me that takes her a little bit apart from the rest is she's a loner. She's like everybody else is sort of built to be working together more or less.
Kind of, yeah.
Not.
And this time around, Yannick designed the designer. I think you've made him last week.
Here last week.
Yeah, he designed mainly Feng and her perks, and that was the idea. Like this survivor is more of a loner, of a lone wolf, and that's that's what we see in the perks.
Yeah, we were talking earlier because someone was saying, oh, if you're repairing a generator silently with the technician perk, and someone else comes in and starts repairing, then your perk is useless. Because now they're making noise, and it goes back to the regular sound, which is exactly the point. You're happy you're alone.
You're happy you're alone in some cases. I mean, if you have all rank 1 with you, or you have a team of friends that are really competent, then this should not be a problem, obviously. And that's it. Any other questions?
So for people who are asking for killer buff already or killer nerfs, give us the time to actually.
But it's not even give us the time.
It's just like play it.
Yeah,
give yourself the time.
Everybody needs to have a little bit of time to learn the new strategies, to try new strategies that we didn't think of.
There was already overpowered, underpowered post before anybody
released.
actually played the Doctor.
Yeah.
So please just play it and then come back to us in a couple of days on your take.
It says here, but when in dying state, madness still gets up to tier 3, and then you're lost because you can't snap out lying on the ground and cannot be healed.
Yeah, you can be healed.
Yeah,
you can be
it's
healed.
the self-care that's been...
No, but if you're in the dying state, you can't do self-care anyway.
No.
But you can't...
You will be healed.
You can be healed by someone.
And then you need to, if you want to self-care
but so
after, you need
essentially,
to snap out of it.
madness sucks.
Yeah, you don't want to get...
That's it.
There. Mm-hmm.
So there. All right, and then the map, which is the crazy...
Obviously, the
interior...
the interior map, that's super exciting. We play with these things for so long before you actually get your hands on it, so I'm like, interior map,
We've seen this for a while now.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. So it's all new, it changes the game completely. Generators are tough to find, which is really cool. I like that as a survivor myself. And yeah, all the killers behave quite differently in an interior like this.
So there's already a few bugs that were found. I think we were patching the nurse wasn't able to go through the central room, I believe. There's a bug fix coming for that.
Yeah, there's a list that we already made.
But there are also things like infinites or things that we're just...
We're going to go for the hot fixes, something that's like really game-breaking, like the nurse that can't blink in
that's an
areas.
obvious bug. Other things are balancing issues, and we'll see how people play before we react in any significant way.
Yeah, for sure.
So we know about the nurse issue on the map.
Well, it says, healing when you're in dying state at tier 3 madness is not working. Buddies can't heal you. If that's the case, then that's a bug, obviously.
Yes, because yesterday when I tried it, it worked. But so it might depends.
So,
thank you, Bobby.
Anything else you want to add about the DLC? Personal comments? Your love of it or hate?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I totally love it. Yeah. I mean, I do.
You can.
I do, yeah. I think the doctor design, like his look is amazing.
To me, he's one of the creepiest things we've ever done so far.
Really creepy. Yeah.
We've raised the bar for ourselves.
Yeah, it's good. Feng is also real nice. I like the little nod that we made at you know,
the
that
laser bears.
other guy. Yeah,
I have
right there.
a question that's coming up quite a lot here. Family share account.
Yeah, I saw that pop up.
Pop up. I didn't see it on forums yet. As of
We'll
10
look
minutes
into
ago.
it, but
We didn't remove it. That's
No,
for
for
sure.
sure.
So we're gonna look into it. So it's written right there. It's on the list. So
we'll check.
People who are writing us about it, right there, we see you.
There you go. Yeah, should we? No, we won't put that in the crawler. But if there's things that pop up all the time, we'll put that in there. So
The crawler?
Yeah, we have a
the
little
ticker thing.
ticker
at the
crawler
bottom.
on the
News.
Crawler.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, that's it. Do you have anything to add, or do you want to run back to actually do some work?
Yeah,
here?
I'll do some of my work I have to do.
Someone's asking, when are you gonna finally do the doodle on
Yeah,
this?
I should. I really should.
You are a talented artist. You should make those
I
doodles.
will try to do the doodle.
Okay.
For next time.
Yeah, if it sucks, we can get you another mug.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Another mug.
We'll do a
We'll get you
Kickstarter
another
or something.
artist. Yeah, okay. Well, have fun.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
No problem.
That was pleasant. Now let's put this and get slightly comfy together. Oh,
Alright.
see, name change. Smoothly done, sir. All right. What do we have to talk about today? Well, the DLC is out, so that's exciting. Oh, the second thing we wanted to mention, the Japanese translation done by our very, very helpful community, which, by the way, we thank you profusely. The Japanese translation is in the game now, so we have a fully Japanese version, which is awesome. And yeah, that was worth mentioning. And a big thanks to the helpful people from our Japanese community.
Thank you.
Lots of progress. You want to talk about it a little bit?
Yes. So, as we fixed the loss of progress issues last week, we are still investigating a way to give back to people, to compensate, but something is for sure, we will not do case by case.
Okay.
This is not going to happen. I mean, some people lost more, some people lost less, but we have no way to verify any information. So it's not going to be case by case basis. So we have something in mind that's probably going to be announced next week. Okay. But we don't want to say anything until it's super extra sure. All right? But it's not going to be case by case.
You're being very vague. Am I
I'm
the
not
one supposed to
being vague.
grill you now?
Okay, do you want me to give a date? Because
No.
yeah.
I'm not supposed to do that.
There we go.
Okay.
So no date, but
Jeez.
next week there's going to be a post about it.
There's a lot of tension here. I'll drink tea, it'll help.
So, yes.
Okay, so we can't talk
no
about it.
specific case by case.
But we'll do something. Obviously, we know it's a serious issue and we won't.
It is just not possible for us.
To do
we
it.
don't have.
We can't
the
look
means
back
to
and
do it.
see, oh,
No.
you lost 30,000 blood points, we'll give them back to you. That's not going to happen.
No.
Okay. Which leads very nicely into the next subject, which is the rework of the customer support.
Yes.
You put a lot of really hard work into that.
And it's not.
It's not finished.
It's not finished.
But already.
We installed new guidelines in the customer service. So because we were experiencing long waits and some questions were left unanswered. So some people might experience a little discrepancy between what they've been told and what they're told now.
Yeah. Because they got an answer.
Because they got an answer a
from
few
the old
weeks
system.
back from the old system, and now they're getting the answer from the new one. And so basically the new guidelines are on. We are reviewing all the tickets that we can with the new guidelines. That's how we're going to work now. So,
Right.
of course, it's always a process of getting better and better at it. We're looking into more hands-on tech support. So
Yeah, technical support
Technical
from actually
support.
technical people on the
Yes.
team.
So, for example, if you have technical issue with
Yeah.
the game, and this team posts don't help you, well, at this point, we're trying to offer a better support. So this is what it is.
All right. But already we can see that
It's already
tickets that
coming a
are
little
coming
bit
in are
better.
being processed much better right now.
Because a lot of it, less of it, is getting on our plates.
Yeah.
Because we could.
Well, because the people we hired to do the job are actually better able to answer most of the tickets now.
Yes, because of the guidelines.
Yeah.
So we're good on that. And what next?
Well done. Marketing next week?
Oh yeah. So with the DLC release and all the delays we had over the patch, there was a lot of hate thrown to our marketing department. No, let's be real. There was a lot of hate thrown to our marketing department. And what I did is I invited someone from the marketing department to come and talk to you and me next week.
Which one of the people on our marketing
Paul.
department?
Paul is going to come talk to you.
All right.
So he's going to explain a little bit why we do things this way, why we did things this way this time, what are our ties, what can't we say, like, legally, what can we say legally. So this is going to be
the objectives and the reasoning behind.
The objective, actually, from getting him on the show is so you guys can ask him questions and we can explain to you how it works. Because sometimes, if you don't know how it works, you're assuming that we're doing things a certain way, and it's definitely not the case. So this is the plan. We're having Paul on the show next week. Yay!
That's gonna be fun. All right. Whoa, that's not what I want at all. I'm just trying to get back to my mods talking to me right now because they're giving me questions from you guys out there. Will you make more hallucinations like the doctor moving or seeing pallets or windows that aren't there? Those are very, very cool ideas. We talked about that internally. The reason the doctor is, the hallucinations are the ones you see right now is because, it was a very ambitious DLC, the doctor. It had ramifications that went into a lot of different systems. The whole condition system needed to also be built just to accommodate him. There's a lot of stuff to do. The hallucinations were really cool and we wanted to have them in. This was probably the simplest and quickest way to get them in. They're not animated. They're not walking. Sometimes they appear on top of objects, things like that. But to us it was still valid and it still worked. Obviously, it's something that we will want to polish later on. If it's going to happen, I can't tell you right now because it's going to have to do with the priority list. I mean, there are critical bugs that we'll fix before that, and there are other things that we will play with. But this would be something that we would love to be able to make even better and even more interesting.
Absolutely.
In Madness 3, can you unhook teammates? No, it's another action, and therefore actions are forbidden until you snap out of it.
But a lot of people are asking, so why can you drop pallets? Why can you jump windows when you're in Madness 3?
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, so I don't think you should be able to, but...
This is something that, when we're talking about balance and letting, the DLC live a little bit and see how it goes, this is how... how we're going to do. We're going to relook at how it works, and then we're going to correct, tweak,
because it's true that if you can't jump over windows or drop pallets, you're pretty much dead.
Basically.
So that's the reasoning behind. But yeah, maybe
but you're talking about unhook, but you can't unhook on Madness 3.
You shouldn't be able to.
That's
so I am saying no to unhook teammates, but that's the thing. Unhooking teammates, yes, it's helpful to the game, obviously, but it's not...
The point is we're questioning what can we do in Madness 3.
So that's the way it's established right now. We'll see how it pans out in a week.
There we go.
How did you choose the streamers for the showcase? Huh.
Do I want to talk about this?
We can talk about it a little bit, at least.
So, when I came in, it was basically already a list that was there. I don't know how to say that without putting anyone in, I don't know.
Well, essentially, there was a long list of people that either people we've worked with in the past, or people we didn't get a chance to invite on any of these things because of one reason or another. To be fair, the first two that we did before, we only did that twice before that. It was done very quickly, and it was done, with a very,
smaller,
very small
very
sample. So this
yeah.
time we tried to invite more people. We tried to pick people that were, again, it's people that we're aware of. So some people didn't get invited, and it's not because we don't like them. It's not because we don't approve. It might be because we didn't get to them, we didn't manage to get in touch, or we just aren't aware that they're playing. There's a lot of streamers out there, so
Yes.
it's difficult to be fully aware of everybody playing all the time. And then it was also a matter of availability, and we also wanted to make groups that would be playing together. Anyway, that process, we did it this way now. I think it worked well enough. It could have worked much better. And it will next time we do something like that. If we do it again, which very likely we'll do something like that again.
I will have that 100% in my hands, and it's going to be super strict. Yay!
All right. That's the other thing also, is that working with streamers.
We're trying to
often
accommodate. We're trying to go around.
It's a little like herding cats.
It's not easy.
Some streamers out there, extremely professional and take this as a serious job, and they make appointments and they follow through and all of that. Some others are doing this as a fun hobby, which is absolutely fair, but it means they feel not necessarily the same sense of obligation as others to follow strict guidelines and whatnot. Anyway, that's the medium-sized answer to that question.
Yes. So are we going through the patch notes maybe?
Sure, we can do that.
Because there's questions here that are talking about palette bugs and stuff like that that we actually fixed in the patch notes.
Okay,
most of them.
Let's get to the patch notes. Give me a second. I saw a question here that said, will the console players get a beta? And the answer is no. They will not get a beta. They will get a pre-order, which is not the same at all. All right, patch notes. I have this here. Patch notes released. Okay. So that's 1.5.0C. 1.5.1.
There we go.
All right. Do you want to go through this?
Yes, I can, but you're gonna have to put it like closer to make this.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So, of course, added a new location. So, Illyri's Memorial Institute added a new map. Mathieu, is everybody gonna have access to the map?
Yes.
Even
the maps
if they
are
don't
always
own the
free.
DLC?
The maps are always free, and the maps are always available to everyone. The rationale behind it, which was from the very beginning of the game, we don't want to split the community. And if we did that, then the matchmaking would go to shit immediately. So we don't want that. We want everybody to be able to play on every single map in the game.
Right.
Also, if you don't buy the DLC, you might actually get chased by the doctor anyway.
Yeah. Then
you buy the DLC and you get revenge.
Okay. And you can have the new perks in the shrine, right?
Yeah, you can.
So there's a lot from the DLC that's accessible if you don't buy it.
Yeah, you even get shards so that you may be able to play as the killer once.
That's content. Added a new offering that allows to play as the doctor.
Yeah, like we've done for every DLC.
Yep. Added a loading bar and loading screen, so you know if the loading bar stops, there's a problem.
There's on a side note on this, there are a lot of really interesting studies that were done on loading bars, and it's worth checking into that. And the funny thing is, the more precise the bar is, which a lot of people are screaming, oh, make it, because it stops in the middle and doesn't say anything, and actually it went all the way to the end and it stopped. The more precise you want your bar to be, the longer it's going to take to load, because it needs to constantly check where it is compared to what's left. So it's sort of a weird thing there where, anyway, and you want the bar to give you an impression of the whole process, but it's a very complex and very interesting thing to do. But yes, there is now a loading bar in the menu.
Okay. So added a saving loading icon to the top right of the stream.
Screen.
The screen, sorry, I'm just...
That's fine.
This icon indicate that the game is processing something, so don't close it.
Always very funny.
So when it's saving,
That message
don't
telling
leave.
you, oh, don't unplug your console or your PC while this thing is flashing.
So now
Because,
you know when it's flashing. Then...
New sound effect when opening exit gates. That's good.
Yeah, it's like the horn kind of thing. Adjusted the color of positive status effect. So it was blue, now it's yellow. Adjusted character limit for player Steam names in the game HUD.
Yeah.
Now includes an ellipse to indicate.
So you get three little dots when your name
exactly.
is too long.
Exactly. Added a new screen when opening the settings menu in game. This features every survivor in game with their full Steam ID and their selected survivor. The countdown player will bring up their Steam profile.
Yeah.
Localization integrated the Japanese text.
Then in balances, we adjusted the window spawning on a house in Haddonfield. It was a house that needed you know which one I'm talking about. The maze wall distribution in Asylum, the fractured couch shed, Tormund Creek, and Rancid Abattoir. So last week we had Matt Walker come in. Those are the changes that made it in, and adjusted the pallet placement of a few pallets.
You know, the pallets that were standing in the middle and stuff like that.
So in the bug fixes, without going through everything, there's a few collisions on Asylum walls and debris. We knew about that. That's fixed now. The scratch marks in the Asylum have been fixed. Yeah, impassable gaps between car stacks in the gas haven. Oh yeah, suffocation pit. Oh no, those are not fixed.
No, they're good. They're
They made it in?
Yep.
Oh cool. Yeah, so there was a few crashes that we fixed. Devour Hope is now gone when you destroy the totem. That's good.
Yeah, it's actually important. And it was the speed boost.
Yeah, the adrenaline stuff was fixed too. Yeah, typos and an issue allowing player to visually select all the perks in their inventory, which didn't actually select them in game, but it looked like it. So
right.
That's the patch notes for the 1.5.1. That was good. Now we talked a bit about the DLC. We have your community report. Do you want to get to that?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead. So, priorities. I repeat them every week just to make sure that everybody knows where we're going. So right now we rolled out like the biggest bugs in 1.5, right? And then we're dropping the DLC today. Yay, finally.
So that's done.
And
so maybe they can go out of the list.
Actually,
no, but it was worth putting it like this.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
And then, of course, there's going to be odd fixes about what's coming in the DLC and everything. And then we're going for community issues and the back end that I explained the last few weeks. Customer support is always something I will work on nonstop. Cosmetic packs.
Community activities and customer support.
Yeah,
is
community
something that I'm very
activities. I
excited to
am
look into.
finally going back to tournaments because I kind of put that on the
everybody,
back burner for a little
everybody
bit.
focused on the DLC for the last week or two, and it was important. And now it's out. We can breathe and start worrying about something else.
Going back on stuff that we wanted to do.
Well, we wanted to do the DLC, so that's kind of good. Okay. And ongoing the console version, so obviously we always keep an eye on that. It's already on pre-order now, so you can pre-order your copy in a few outlets for PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh yeah, something that I just didn't talk about. Some of the issues from the community issues and the back-end issues, we are planning a PTB in the next few weeks, so we can start testing this already. But this is going for my next kind of slide. Bjorn, can you, thank you. Okay, so this is the known issues that we gathered for, like, the 2 hours that the DLC was out. So, we have an issue where you can't connect to online services. Of course, that was already been looked in, because it's important. Yeah. There's a crash that might occur on Kill Your Friend when you're using the new map, so this is also something we're looking at right now. lots of progress update. Well, we talked about that already, so I'm just going. There's a few map adjustments that we're gonna have to make, and then there's the animation fixes that
that's
didn't
one of the
make
questions
it.
I want to talk about because
okay.
the team, the animation team, is right now doing a lot of polish
Yes.
on things like the carry, the hooking, and a few of the pairing of the animations.
The vault for the killer over the windows. There's a lot of
Yeah.
animation like pallet breaking. There's a lot of stuff that they did that didn't make it in the patch, but they're working really hard on it, and
Yeah.
it's. I don't want to say it's almost done because we don't know when it's coming out.
Yeah.
But we know the animation are being worked on right now. So yes, next, please. All right, so we're going back to previous issues that are still lingering a little bit
camera position for
because
the killer.
of course we were focusing on 1.5 and DLC, but we're going back to that right now. So camera position and unreliable scratch marks are still very important issues. Matchmaking in league system.
They're going to be on the PTB soon.
They're going to be on the PTB. I don't want to say soon. We're saying in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Right? Perk interactions. We have a lot of we have actually someone already working on perk interactions. We have, for example, but not that's the only one, but DS with Endurance or Iron Will with Strider.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit before, but the fact that every time we put in a new perk or a new add-on even, we not just test it, but we need to test it in combination with everything else and against everything else. So it's an immense amount of work. And we can test a lot of it, but we can never test all of it.
No.
That's why the first week or two of a new DLC coming out, a new perk or something coming out is critical for us, because we'll be able to have all of you playing together against all of the other perks and hopefully get some good information out of it.
And then in the next PTB, 100% new lunges are going to be in there for testing.
Yeah.
And our design team is also working with vault and pallet interactions. So when you have an overlapping hit over pallets, stuff like that, latency, we're going to try to review a little bit, like helping the movement for helping on latency for hits. So this is a very big thing here for us. And then we have character balance. So we kind of
also in the questions here I need to get to.
Well, I'm gonna start with Nurse. We think we found the answer to collision problem. That we had with Nurse after the lunge after the last blink, right? So of course, if this is fixed, she's gonna have to be reviewed a little bit in balance, because she's from what I've seen, she's
still one of the most efficient killers out there.
Strong. And after that, we're gonna give Bob.
Yeah. Well, the hag is first in the list.
Oh, he changed it. Okay.
No, but I mean, the specific thing for the nurse is being looked at, but the hag is the first one to get a balancing pass.
Okay.
As far as I know.
But
that's what Dave was telling me.
Okay, Dave told you that?
Hag, nurse, and then...
Then Orvat told me nurse, rate, but we're gonna figure that out.
All right.
I'm gonna push for rate.
Will I stop getting players from China? You guys mentioned having some kind of region lock back then. So that's coming in the as we get our own matchmaking system instead of using the Steam one. I don't have a timeline for that, but it's gonna be tied in with the console release, most likely. In the Spanish version of the game, some perks are still in English. Will you fix that? We will absolutely fix that. Whenever there are translation errors or missing translations, we still have the Spanish language subforum in Steam. And yes,
go ahead. Well, something I think I forgot to mention, sensitivity. I think I just put it out, but it's there.
The controller sensitivity?
No, nurse sensitivity.
Oh, okay,
It's been like everywhere, and I didn't forget about it. It's there. I just forgot to put it in the slide. But it is there. Thank you.
Can you guys touch on Legacy for those who lost it? At this point,
I need to go back on how and what happened
Yeah.
because I wasn't there, so
Yeah.
I'm not really aware on how it's been handled. So I'm gonna go and ask Moz and ask the support how it's been handled, and we're gonna see if we can go back on this issue. Yes.
There you go. I just wanted to say thanks again for going so far in the development of a perfect state of Dead by Daylight. Today's DLC is really amazing. I'm also glad to be able to support your work by buying it. Please stay awesome. That's all nice, but it's not a question. No, but seriously, thank you very much for the kind words.
Other thing I want to bring to the table is the whole kill your friend issues, which I'm going to explain.
Yeah.
So now you cannot have people that are not friends with the host joining the game. It hurts streamers that want to play with viewers. It hurts tournament like really badly. So there's going to have to be also on the points at the end of the game. Points are not always right, so tournaments need to be. And since it's the next big thing on my list, for me,
there's going to be a lot of energy put into that.
There's going to be a lot of energy put into it, and there's going to be a lot of pressure.
That's fine.
Coming from me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So the Q&A. I'll go through a few of the questions here before we run out of time. Will the number of playable killers equal the number of playable survivors in the future, or is there no desired ratio? When the DLC is available, there will be 9 survivors and 7 killers. Randy asked that. So we aim for more survivors, but the ratio right now is okay. We feel it's easier for us to just come out with a new survivor loose like that and have more survivors out there than killers, especially because killers have such a huge impact on the gameplay as opposed to the survivors who are a little...
It takes a lot more work to
bring
a killer
for
to
sure,
life.
but also it's the fact that we don't want to have too many killers at the same time, so the pace is going to be a little slower for the killers, and we don't mind having more survivors. It actually makes sense. Yeah. Would you guys ever consider a jumbo DLC of 2 killers and 2 survivors? Probably not, just because it's easier for us to, because it would just mean that we'd have to hold off with a killer and a survivor ready and then create the other ones and then release all of that later. I put a note, like a licenser might, like if we have a license that comes with 2 killers and 2 survivors, it might be a package that's undivisible, but I doubt it. Are those rate buffs coming along? Sorry. Hag first, nurse second, probably the doctor and other stuff also after that. It's hard to see that far in the future.
I'm still going to fight for the rate.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight hard for the rate.
That was venting Sylar. It says, and did you guys completely scrap the weakened state, or is it still being tweaked? It's still being worked on, but in the state it's in, we're not happy with it, so we'll keep working on it until it is.
The idea is still there, but it's literally at the idea stage.
Yeah.
It didn't go into, trying to actually implement it.
Yeah.
Since we got the test attacks.
Yeah. Naughty Wood asks, can we have a slightly different indicator for the killer if obsessions are survivor beneficial? Well, no, because obviously if you didn't put in a perk that creates an obsession, you know for sure that it's beneficial because it's the survivors that put a thing. Get Yoshi Master asks, did you consider making the Swamp Redux a variant so people who enjoy the actual version can still play it, or at least let people play it in the tournament mode? So no, we didn't consider that because variations are very different from what we're doing right now, which is, we believe, an improvement and a fix on something. And variations in the definition that we have would require like new buildings and a completely new layout, so we're not going to do that. Can you fix the positioning glitch on the hook? Right now,
first-person vision when you're on the hook.
Yeah, that's also part of the animation polish. So we, one of our terrible things that we've had since the beginning is those paired animations, whether the survivor is paired with a hook or paired with the killer during transport or during any the Moris and things like that. So this is something that the animation team is working on actively right now. There will be improvements coming on that front for sure. Snowden Hero was asking, will console version of be P2P also, or will they have dedicated servers? It's going to be using the exact same system, except it's going to be console to console instead of PCs. I know you guys are looking into ranked season rewards, but would you be able to give us any information on what type of rewards the team is discussing? Example, outfits, accessories, icon tags. Yes, that is exactly the kind of rewards we're talking about. Well done.
Yep.
Would you ever consider letting a fan-made perk into the game? Of course, and we're talking here probably the most famous one, and the one that's probably coming if we can.
I don't want.
You don't want
I
it?
have no idea when it's going to be reworked, honestly, because I was talking with Orvat earlier, and since the lunges and the vaults and everything are being looked at right now, balanced on the killers, this specific perk, I don't know where he's at right now. This is the truth. I have no idea.
Oh, that specific perk. I'm not saying it's happening now, but I'm saying it's absolutely it's something we want.
The idea is still something we want. Yes, still something
Fool's
we
greed.
want. Yeah.
The PP Poo Poo Man is asking, when will crows be fixed? Also, when the short grass going to be added to the low setting? It disappears when you switch it to low.
Okay, so that question was asked last week, and which is exactly what we're going to answer. Same thing as last week. Optimization is always something we're working on, and this is on the list of optimization plan. That's it.
Thanks.
About the crows, it is not specifically clear what you think needs to be fixed. So, yeah.
Okay, then. Can we get statistical breakdowns on average survival rate, average match length by incremental ranks of 5, plus 1 extra for just rank 1? So stats on rank 1, 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20. If possible, could we also get these survival rates with and without more use?
So
some of that, yes.
Yeah,
Do you want to talk about stats now?
The point is, so we can talk about stats. I have like 3 slides of that. It's very minimal because yesterday was a very big and busy day, and
that's fine.
have
No
a lot
need
of
to
time
apologize.
to plan.
We have a
the
few
stats.
things to share. Let's talk about it now.
Yes, if you want to put on the stats. So something we showed last week was the survivor escape rate that
that was before the bloodlust, essentially.
Before bloodlust.
Well, there were a few other changes, but mostly
bloodlust. 37% 1 week after, and then it's coming up a little bit because people are getting a little bit used to it. They're changing their strategy. So survival escape rate got up in the last week.
There you go. Well, that's nice. Next slide.
We have the props.
Oh, yes. Killer props.
Oh, we're in front of the numbers.
There we go.
Can you?
So these are the killers who got the most props in the last week. So well done, you out there.
There we go. I'm not
and
gonna
the
read
survivor
them
props.
Yeah.
There you go. These are the survivors with the most props in the last week. So feel free to continue giving props to people who deserve it. All right. Who's asking this? Majozo. How does the entity chooses its victims? Are there any factors that increase the likelihood of one being brought to its realm? That's a very cool question. I like getting those kind of questions. So I was talking to Dave, and we were talking to a few other people that are involved in the deep knowledge of the entity's ways. And geographical location is extremely important for reasons I will not get into. So the place where they were at the moment they got snatched up is very critical. Also, I don't know if that's significant or not, but the information we have on them, most of them seem to were alone at the moment they got taken, and they were in a place where they weren't exactly sure where they were. They might have been lost. They might have been in a place where they were unsure exactly of where they were. I'm not saying this is an absolute rule because we don't know, but that's something you can gather from the story so far. are you going to make a feature where you can have a multiple perk builds for survivor killers that you can easily switch between for perk profiles? So like saved loadouts that you can switch between. This is not being worked on right now.
No,
it's not something we're looking at the moment.
Something we would like, of course, because it's an improvement.
Yeah.
I was talking with design, and they were telling me, yes, that's something we want.
But it's not something
it
we're
is
working
zero.
on, right?
Like we are working zero on that right now, so don't expect it.
No. N7 Legion is asking, who are the UI artists? So Bucket is our main UI artist, and then there's Andrea, who's also doing a lot of icons and things in the game. These are our UI artists. A lot of stuff was done also originally by Mark for the direction of the art, but he has since been taken by dark forces. I Am Pirate asks, are you more interested in a competitive game or that the game looks cool and causes fear? This is a very interesting question, and it's a question we actually asked ourselves in the first weeks of the project when we weren't even sure what we were going to build. And we sat down and we said, do we want to make an extremely precise competitive sport, or do we want to make more of a narrative experience which will create intense, genuine emotions? And we took the route of going for mood and emotion instead of going the competitive route, which was a very critical question that we had to ask ourselves, because it then it filtered a lot of our decisions along the way, going, yeah, no, if we know that this is not necessarily as tight as it could be, but it creates more immersion, it heightens the sensations, therefore we will put it in that way. If we were going for a super competitive, intense, like MOBA style game, then we would have made different decisions, because things need to be much clearer and precise in something like that.
With asymmetrical, it's way harder to get
Absolutely.
into very,
but
strict.
That was the guideline we set for ourselves. Today, when we're looking at things like tournaments and stuff like that, then we start building tools and refining some of the stuff we've made to accommodate that and allow this to flourish. But it was never the goal originally. It's changing with time, but yeah, this is how we built the game originally. After the DLC is released, will you focus on fixing the bugs or fixing the DLC? Ha! Well,
That's okay. That's the never-ending circle, right?
Yeah.
New content, fix the bug. Give us new content, fix the bug.
We'll be fixing the bugs and the DLC bugs.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I saw you, Pippin Dip.
Kex Monstafluff is asking, what was the inspiration behind the new Killer and Survivor? I'm not going to get too deep into that right now, but I want to show some cool stuff though. So you have a folder in there, Bjorn, that's got concepts, early concepts of this DLC. A few things in there. So most of that was created by our very talented Mathieu Levert. So these are sort of mood shots, establishing shots of what we wanted the treatment theater to be like, what we wanted this map to represent. So you can already see the ideas of lighting were in there. Obviously in this it's way too dark and it changed into something different when we got there, but these are the kinds of designs and concepts that we play with at the beginning. You can go forward.
There's a new hashtag.
Oh, we're in the middle there.
Blame McQueen.
Ah,
you like
interesting.
that?
Yeah. Yeah, so that became the office, I believe, or the middle, the shock room. It's really cool to see these things with ceilings that don't exist because they're way too high. Shocker chair, some research on creepy machinery. That's really nice. A lot of these also are done. They're not necessarily drawn from start to finish. There's a lot of photo mashing in there where you take picture reference from this and that, and then you just shove them in, and it gives you a sense of scale and getting the right objects in. This is really, really cool also. And it ended up being close to that in the game. You can see the inspiration. We also have the first tests of Feng, like the color schemes we would go for, the sort of outfits we could deal with, different hairstyles. So obviously you see what ended up being the favorite ones. So 1 and 4 ended up being the chosen.
A skirt? Woo!
Yeah, we tried a few different things in there, but it felt anyway. At the end, these things are always very subjective. It's I think this would work. I think this would make the character look a certain
Everybody
way.
wants the skirt. The skirt is popping.
Yeah, well,
We're talking about cosmetics right now, and
Yeah.
what about the Left 4 Dead shirt?
What about it?
The black one.
Yeah, it's. I saw something that Damien just sent me.
Oh,
Did you see
nice.
that?
No, I did not see it.
Okay, well, I'll show it to you, but I'll show it to nobody else.
What?
Yeah.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
No. I mean, at this point, if you're showing me, you're gonna show them, right?
No,
Why?
I'm just mean sometimes. So yeah, that shirt is gonna get a little bit of an update.
And I'm pretty sure it came from the community.
Yeah, very much so.
So, community.
There you go.
Good
Your
idea.
wish.
They're
What are
going
you
in
doing?
there.
You can take that up. It's fine. Okay. So next one I have here is: will the false heartbeat from Madness work with unnerving presence? Same question for the hack trap heartbeat. No, the hallucinations or the fake versions are completely different from the real ones, so they are disconnected and they will not be influenced by these things. Troll Farceur is saying, any plan about new cosmetics for Ace? On that, I'm sorry, I have one word that I've been given by Dave. Panama. That is the only thing I'm going to say about that.
It's not even...
Oh, it's a full-on int.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's true.
Like the movie?
Komano is asking, does the exhausted state also deactivate the other effects of related perks, like the staggering effect, reduction of balance landing, or only the sprint increase? It's just the sprint. Spearsy is asking, is there any reason why the blood point cap is 500,000, and is there any chance you would increase it to 1 million? It used to be for hacks,
So
specifically.
if we're migrating all the information to our backend, will it be possible to have
It
a
would
better...
be possible if
and
there's
higher-
a good justification, but stockpiling points is not really...
Well-
like, the experience it gives in the end is you're stockpiling 5 million points, let's say, and then the new DLC comes out and you're just buying everything.
Well, it takes you 4 hours, but...
Just to click the button. I know, but still, I feel like maybe that's... I don't know. We could discuss it very much. Actually, an interesting tidbit, when this was implemented, Dave said, oh, well, let's just make it 100,000. And then some QA people told him,
Sorry,
yeah,
that
no,
would
let's
be
not
like-
do that. But
Oh,
it could have been. That's all I'm saying. So be happy with
100k
500,000.
is very low.
Yeah. So, Fresh is asking, a lot of survivors right now are disconnecting when they get caught by the killer or just derank on purpose. When will we see a real punishment for that, since losing Pip is not important enough for people to actually care?
Soft bans.
Soft bans.
Soft bans. Which are coming with the backend, which
Yeah.
is coming. We don't know when,
But
but it's in the works
It's
right now.
tied with the console release.
Yeah.
Okay, Arch Plague is saying, will there be some daytime offerings or maps, or all maps and upcoming maps going to be night only? So night or dawn or dusk.
Yeah, because you mean like a super powered
Either an offering
brightest
that would make it
moonlight?
into daylight, or
I
a
don't-
map that would be set at daytime.
Okay.
So no, the sun does not rise on Dead by Daylight. Let's put it like that. What's it? I've already had a long conversation.
Soft buns. It's not what I said.
Yeah, I told him you're gonna.
7-Up, I saw that.
Okay.
Some people are really asking when's the new DLC. So when is it?
Really? It's about 3 hours ago.
No, but the next one, when?
25 minutes. Give me 25 minutes.
Can we get through this one first, please, guys? Thank you.
Okay, we have Laser Trump asking, would it be possible to see which teachables one has purchased? Yes, that's coming. We have a thing in the making right now. Echo9 is asking, is there a killer the team has wanted to put into the game since release but was unable to? If so, has that killer been mashed with the other killers available now or discarded? So there's two. There's one that was the flying killer that we prototyped at the very beginning. That's probably never going to make it into the game just because the maps would not work with that killer.
Yeah.
And then the axe throwing, which was one of the very, very first ones we prototyped. That was super fun. But that was a bit of a complex one, and it keeps getting pushed, and we'll see. There's an infamous icon that was in the game since launch that's still there. So there.
Sorry, I just saw Pippin Dip. Who's your favorite team member, and why is it not Queen?
That's a very unfair thing to ask.
It's also very ass-kissing.
I love this team more than a lot of stuff. I'd say I love this team more than a lot of different cookies. That's saying a lot. Can you tell us something about the new Macmillan map that you told us is in the works? RJ1567 is asking. Still being worked on. I can tell you the name though. It's the Groaning Storehouse. So there.
You have a name now.
Well, Mr. Chub Chub is saying, will there be a workshop to submit killers and survivors and customization? We absolutely want that. It's probably not going to be a full submit. It's going to be like a voting tool, and then we'll integrate the most popular.
We had like amazing artworks on ideas for skins and everything, so we're trying to...
Speaking of amazing artwork, before we run out of time, I want to go to the web and show a few things. There are some really cool things, as usual.
Very good.
Yeah, that was nice, huh?
Yeah.
And then we have a few other things. Do you love the team more than Cooper? No. No, I don't. Beautiful artwork here. Do I have a name on this? I probably do.
The buy is amazing. He's running with that.
So that's Evil Nia, I believe, who did this. That's great stuff.
Really, girl?
The next one, I don't have the actual artist's name. If you find it, please help us track them down. Sometimes, like, Pinterest or Instagram has people post other people's stuff, and it's difficult. But I thought this was beautiful rendition of our hillbilly.
He seems to be lost.
Yeah. The next one here, I believe is Kim Yiru, but I might be wrong. There's a beautiful art style. I love it very much, and it's a very good version of Meg. That was a favorite. Strangely, a blonde in this version. Doesn't matter. Next one, okay, so a few streams ago we showed a very talented cosplayer who did a version of Legacy Meg, and her friend, Lymeria, did this amazing Nia, and I had to show it because, come on, this is serious dedication. Beautifully done. Swiven Fox created this thing about 20 minutes after the trailer was released, so really talent there, and
fast rendering.
Yeah, it's fast drawing, and it's really, really cool. Love it. Take the Lemons showed us these clay figurines that are finally done. Very creepy. Very, very creepy. I hope I never find those in my house.
Like behind like a dresser or
yeah,
something?
like you just come into your house and they're on the table and you didn't put them there. Then the next one is also an unknown artist, which I would like to be able to thank personally. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful stuff. Everything will be all white. So I went with seven things today.
It's all right.
I pushed a little. It's okay. Thank you very much to everybody out there who keeps producing amazing art and makes me happy to be on this project. Okay, Blake was asking what happens when one survivor has the perk Technician and starts to work with other survivors who don't have the perk. They make noise. Feng is a loner. That's yeah, no. Tangled Elix asks, does open-handed work with alert? And does it work with kindred? So open-handed is obviously Ace's perk that aura readings are bigger. It should work with alert. I believe it doesn't right now, and that's a bug. It will. And it does work with kindred. Fergus is asking, will you make any free killers in the future like you made a free survivor with Bill? If we can. I mean, it's in the past we've said it and we've shown it, I believe.
So there was a very heated discussion on the stream about it this morning.
Really?
Yes. And as the streamer really strongly put it, there's a lot more work that has to go in the killer. So a lot more balance, a lot more thought.
Yep.
So it's just...
But the bottom line is always, if we can give something for free, we will. Mm-hmm. And that's always been the case, and I think we've showed it. So yeah, I mean, we do have a big team here that needs a paycheck at the end of the day. So yeah, but if we can, we will, for sure. Will the moonlight offerings affect lighting and brightness on the new map? It absolutely does. And
but that's a good question, though, since it's inside.
Yeah,
would think.
but this place is not exactly real.
Mm.
And there's also a lot of fog in there. Which, you know. I saw in a stream today that one of the new killer perks causes an exhaustion effect. Does this mean that all perks that currently share the exhausted status get disabled when the effect kicks in? Yes. Yes, it does. That's exactly the point. Well spotted. Yeah. So, what else do we have here?
Yeah, good point, Broseph. People forget about the nurse. She was free for everyone. It was great.
Yeah, it's true.
There we go.
Yeah, I tend to forget about that.
I tend to forget about it too. But yeah, it was free. So you normally forget, and then you expect more when you get stuff for free.
Yeah. We do try. Anyway. The
right.
Halloween eyes were free.
Do you have a word
I
of
do not
wisdom?
have words of wisdom today. I'm very sick. I've been sipping on some honey and ginger and lemon mixture to try to get through this, and I haven't coughed too much, I'm happy to say. And I'm heavily medicated, but I think I put on a good face. I do not have words of wisdom except, I don't know, just dress accordingly and don't go outside. It's horrible. Those people. Do not lick doorknobs when you're visiting a hospital.
You just
very
made
bad
me
idea.
feel a little bit sick.
There you go. That also valid for the poles in the bus or the metro. I got nothing.
Thank you, guys.
Is that it?
Thank you for being here, even if I know some people are playing.
Yeah,
the
probably
DLC
everybody's playing.
right
So
now.
go back to playing the DLC. Enjoy the doctor. Enjoy Feng. Enjoy running around in the hospital and getting murdered. Thank you, Bjorn, for making this amazing as usual. Thank you to our mods for helping us make this pleasant enough. And Dick Fort, you know, it's okay. You know.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Next week.